Welcome to episode 100 of the Blitz Take. I'm here with NFL draft prospect Gabe Grodhaus from Davenport University, and I'm excited to have him on to talk about how his story went to getting him to where he's at to this day and everything else. So, welcome.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you.
My first question is how did your recruiting process go at the beginning stages?
Uh, so coming out of high school, I'm from Ohio, and I went to a smaller Division school. It was a Division 6 school at the time that I was there. So in Ohio, it goes from the greatest numbers, the highest, till 6, 7's the lowest divisions. So I think I was a little bit under recruited coming out of high school, and really the only full scholarship offer that I got was to Lake Erie College. That's where I spent my first 3 years of playing college football. And I'd say the recruiting process wasn't what I thought it was going to be until I ended up hitting the transfer portal after my career at Lake Erie, and then that's where I got like a good taste of the recruiting process and getting a whole bunch of scholarship offers, and it was more exciting the second time through.
Uh, how did you finalize to pick Davenport?
Really, Davenport was one of the last. I think it was actually the last place that I visited during the transfer portal process last winter, and I was actually committed to Ferris State before I went on my visit. I ended up going on my visit, and I had a coach there at Davenport that was one of my. He was on my coaching staff at Lake Erie, and me and him always had a great relationship. And then to match him up with the other coaches on the staff at Davenport, it just really felt like home, and I just like believed everything that they were saying to me at the time, and all of it turned out to be true. So I'm really satisfied with my decision.
My next question is how do you like the level that you're playing football at Davenport?
What was the first part of that question?
Uh, how's it like playing football at the level you're playing at?
Um, would that be me personally, the level I'm playing at, or just like the Division 2 level?
Uh, the Division 2 level.
Yeah. So Division 2, it's still scholarship football, and it's really awesome to play like against a lot of the great athletes that we have in our division. Plus, we have guys from D1 coming down all the time, or guys from D3 coming up. So I'd like to say that this level of competition, especially for our skill players, like the position I play, is really, really competitive, and I enjoy it. I enjoyed my career, and I think I got to play against a lot of great players, dudes that are in the NFL now, actually.
Hmm. What is a typical day like for you on game days?
Game days. So this whole year we were all early morning games, either 12 or 1. So typically probably wake up 7, 8 o'clock, maybe do a little quick like workout to get my legs moving. Go eat our team breakfast with the rest of my team. Get to the facility and roll out, stretch, and then I would have the trainers stretch me out as well, and then really just go walk out on the field, do my routine that I have every time I get on the field, come back in, and then we go straight into our warm ups. Usually takes around that whole process is about 3 to 4 hours.
Hmm. My next question is who in your family do you look up to and why?
Um, I'm actually the youngest of my family, so I did have eyes on all my older siblings, and then my dad and my mom. I would say that I look up the most to my dad, probably just because he was a construction laborer while I was growing up. He recently just retired, but just watching him get up at 4 or 5 o'clock every morning, trying to provide for me, my brother, and just give us everything we needed to do to succeed in our sports lives. It was really inspiring, and I have a lot to make him proud for.
What current or former NFL player do you compare yourself to?
The dude that I would compare myself to the most currently would probably be like a Tyrann Mathieu type of player, or like Buda Baker, one of those kind of hybrid safety players that have a really good knack for the ball. Tyrann Mathieu is a player that I watched a lot growing up, just the way that he forced turnovers all the time, and then Buda Baker, how he's just fearless with his body and he lays his body on the line to make a lot of tackles. That's two that I'd really compare myself to currently.
What makes you a unique player on the football field?
What would make me unique on the football field, I would say, is my intelligence. During my collegiate career, I had 5 different defensive coordinators, and I was able to learn the playbooks very fast. So I think just like formation recognition and play recognition before pre-snap, and just my ability to get checks in and communicate to my teammates, just all along the lines of intelligence, I feel separates me from a lot of players at my position.
How many hours a day do you take the time to watch film to better your game?
During the season, for sure, I'd say at least 2 hours a day I'm watching film, whether that be in my coach's office or on my own. Usually, I'll get with my coach for an hour or two every day during the week of practice, and then when I'm at home, probably another at least half hour to an hour just watching film, trying to catch keys that the other teams are giving us.
What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I'm usually working out or playing video games, hanging out with my friends. This past year, I started going to the movie theater a lot with my teammates. It was just something we could do to get out of the house, and I think we ended up seeing over like 20 movies in the theaters last year.
Last question is, if you could have dinner with any current NFL player, who would it be and where would you two go?
Any current NFL player? I'd probably say I just watched a documentary on Aaron Rodgers, and I think he'd be a very interesting guy to go out to dinner with. Being the high caliber quarterback that he is too, it'd be great to pick his brain and see what he's looking at on the field and see what he has that could make my game better as a safety. As far as where we'd go, I'd probably have to let him pick. He probably knows some good spots.
Thank you for taking some time out of your day to come on, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
I appreciate you, Alex, man. Thank you a lot for having me.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.